Man, Lil Durk is in the headlines again. It's getting very spooky. Dude's been in the fast for a long time, and I don't think he's ever going to get out with the new information and the new evidence that just came out. Now check it out. It's your boy Klasic from Classic Live. I'm a music producer slash content creator. I work with 50 Cent, Young Buck, Will I Am, Kid Ink, Kendrick Lamar, Crooked Eye, Razcast, so many different people, man. Y'all need to tune
Yep.
in. Check me out. I got the homie OG Corn Dog in the building. And we're going to have a special guest pulling up and everything as we break down what's going on. But man, right now, Lil Durk, he's been a busy guy, man. A lot of people been saying this dude been on some mafioso type stuff. Like it's funny how they were saying slide for Dirk and Dirk. I mean, slide for Von and Dirk need a slide and everything. But quiet is kept. It seemed like he been putting in a lot of work, as they say, mucho trabajo. A lot of work, bro. Just getting it done, and not in a positive, productive way. So, if people know what's been going on with Lil Durk, shit, his associates been locked up for the slaying of FBG Duck. It's just a very wild time in Chicago. Chicago really been getting it popping, and it's just been like the Wild West, literally out there, man. Like, you hear anything about this information, Corny?
Oh yeah, I heard about the information of increments of stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You got the Bezu thing going on, and him being there in the first place. Yeah, you know, I think the feds started with the FBG Duck,
Uh-huh.
but when it really got spooky is when the young buck came out here to LA. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Uh damn. Why I can't think of this man's name right now. You know what I'm talking about.
You said when he came out here to LA, who you talking about?
I'm talking about the young buck that got shot up.
You talking
I
about
don't
Quando
want to.
Rondo?
Yeah. And his boy went away. I think that's when the real investigation started. I ain't gonna say the real because they was already investigating, but then when that popped off, that led them to okay, we got a trail now. You know what I mean? Because there's a such thing as uh, law enforcement intelligence, and some of that can lead through federal intelligence, and that's what it led up to. Um, when that shit popped off with Quando Rondo, I think that's when it was like, now we got them because that's where they was already tapped in as soon as they seen okay, well, what they talking about, we don't know, and then it happened. When it happened, it was like, oh, let's go get him. Um, that has a lot to do with it. The slide for Vaughn comment has a lot to do with it. Um, another dummy playing mafioso games, thinking they are the the black Italian mafia, and would have put it out there on Front Street like John Gotti. Um, we've seen this happen before already, and I'm surprised that they let that man out. And if those that don't know who I'm talking about Young Thug. He played the same game. Thought he was mafioso. He the head chief. He the head boss. All that type. The whole trickery of that is, yeah, he got out. He played the same game. I get that part. He got out. He got money. He got a good lawyer. You know what I'm saying? Money talks. Now, the whole point of that is with Young Thug is that he's got he's got probation for maybe what it was when it started was 19 years, but it's maybe it ain't even been a year yet, has it? It's been out. 18 years from now, bro. 18-year probationary period is crazy. I've never heard of anybody getting a 19-year probationary period. Probation is 1 year. I know that because go
Wait,
ahead. Oh,
hold up.
3 years. My bad. 3 years at the max. Gotta be.
Hey, hey,
Go.
shout out everybody that's in the chat. D Love says he got issued 1,000 years of super tight probation.
When it adds up
1,000.
to 19 years, yeah.
She said 1,000, so I'm assuming like she meant like 10 years.
No, when she say 1,000 in 19 years, that means you have to abide every year by whatever they want you to do. We don't even know. I haven't heard anything about probation requirements or requirements for him because when it comes to probation, this is not parole. This is probation. This is different, which means you have to serve in some type of community service. You know what I mean? So, what type of community service? Probably doing some type of donation work or something to keep the kids out of school type stuff. I mean, keep the kids. I said that wrong, people. Keep the kids off the streets type stuff. But he also has the drug. You can't do none of that for 19 years. You can't be around certain associates that abide in gang politics. Let's say it like that. You know what I'm saying? None of those type of people can be around you for 19 years. Okay. I don't know how long. How long is I just want to say a year. He got 18 more years ago. This man, before or when his career started, was, eh, we on that drug stuff. Now, let's get back to Lil Durk. He up in there in the feds, kicking back with Brick Baby up in there in LA at the federal building down there where everybody you protest against for the ICE agents and, the immigration thing. He right there. His trial, it's going to be, oh man, this is going to be so deep because they have to prove it. The feds have to prove it. And if it's the feds, they have the 90% rating of winning the case. Okay? Now, if you beat the feds, you beating the odds. Now, if there's more information to come out, such as this, especially from this, internet investigation, the feds, police, law enforcement, they look into these things. They follow the stories to see if they are conspiracies or theories or something like that, or if it's something they could bring up in their case. Internet investigations and their own investigations. Their own investigations is more trustworthy than this internet stuff because it's hearsay. But it can still be used against you in the court of law. I'm not going to even lie. If they find it interesting enough, they're going to gather that. But they don't need that because they're the feds. You know what I mean? They have their own investigation. They have the super investigation. The internet only gets that information through them or someone who's leaking that information. Now, with him, with this new thing that's going on, because I it ran across my algorithm and I didn't tap in. You know what I mean? I see it all the time. It's like, it's so predictable just because when I watch it, I'm like, oh shit, I knew this. It's something I already knew. I don't want to watch it if I know. You know what I'm saying? Because it's easy to follow, especially when it comes to this investigation. Now, you mentioned earlier that it's because of the FBG Duck situation, right?
has some type of involvement with that. And we got a special guest popping up too right now,
Let's
bro.
go. Who that?
Yes,
Who that?
sir.
Let's go.
Hey, matter of fact, before I do it, we got Brian in the building saying peace and righteousness to all. D Love in the building. Hey, classic music. Hey,
D
OG Corn
Love,
Dog.
Brian. Wow, what's up?
Hey, Brian. We got Loyalty and Betrayal in the building saying, hey, D Love.
Okay.
D Love saying, hey.
What's up, Loyalty?
All right, now D Love was saying that she was being sarcastic with that. And Loyalty and Betrayal said probation harder than parole, which is true. And hey, let's welcome Loyalty and Betrayal to the stage, man. Now, so for y'all that don't know, this woman is one of the best content creators / researchers when it comes to providing the facts over feelings when it comes to the evidence of what's been going on. And she's very well versed on the Chicago scene as far as like the whole war that's been transpiring, man. So, like, how you doing, Loyalty?
Hey. Good to hear from you. Good to hear from you tonight.
Likewise. Now, we was about to get into this video from Street News TV, and I guess he's about to uncover some things that's going on in Lil Durk situation where it's not looking too good for him. Do you know anything about this?
I know everything about it. I have all the documentation.
Word
and
up.
And like I just watched that video that you wanted to do the reaction on, and so I'll let you play it, and then I'll comment. How's that?
Right. I'm looking forward to that because I could trust that word because you a cold one right there with that. The investigations, your investigation tactics is very proper for the internet.
Oh, for sure. The number one source for sure. Hey, so without fuck all the bullshit, let's get into it now.
Let's go.
Let's put this video up real quick and see what's going on. So the title of this is Durk is cooked and recooked like refried beans. All right, now check it out.
It's your boy SNTV, man. Coming back at y'all with a news update. Make sure that y'all hit that like button, share the video, and subscribe to the channel. We on our way to 300K, man. Getting right into it. First and foremost, Toss Them is a set from out west, man, that has lost like 3 people within a month span. They just lost another member either today or yesterday named Hawan. They had a member before that who ended up getting shot on a drill who just checked out like yesterday or day before yesterday named Baby Durk. And before that, they had a member named Jack Ball to check out. Who are y'all beefing with? The Avengers? 2 of y'all got killed in the same area. This area is hot. They ride. Y'all out, y'all tweaking, y'all sliding, whatever y'all doing. I always keep saying everybody ain't made to be in the streets. Everybody ain't made to be in the streets. There should never be 3 of y'all go down in 1 month. In 1 year, let alone 1 month. 3 is crazy. You know what I'm saying? At the rate that y'all going, there will be no more y'all. And I said all that to say this, man. Check this out. This street shit is not no game. I don't know why y'all tend to think that this GTA, a lot of y'all ain't gonna make it to see GTA 6. Straight up. And the mindset that y'all got is messed up. I had a shorty yesterday who got upset with me because I'm tired of sugarcoating this bullshit. I told him I'm gonna end up doing a Chirac Street Legends on you when they get rid of you. Now this shorty, he's intelligent and he has potential, but he don't listen. Anyway, shorty tells me like, you grown as hell, wishing death upon a teenager. See how he played the victim? The teenager. As if he's some misguided young child that's out here trying to find his way and just ain't got no, nigga, you out here taking lives. You out here shooting at people. Innocent people are being killed.
Right.
The trash gonna take itself out, but y'all taking the innocence out with y'all. So don't play no victim out here. Oh, you grown as hell wishing death upon y'all grown as hell causing death
Oh
upon little
yeah,
boys.
this is my kind of nigga.
Now I'm not gonna lie. With that, I think he's speaking facts. I do think the youth is running amok, kind of going crazy. We had a situation out here. On matter of fact, it's been a couple of places. Like
Recently, though.
Yeah, on the 4th, we had somebody lose their life. There was multiple people losing their life at a celebration. You know,
A
they
good
said this
man.
guy, a college dude and everything, and was helping the youth, and he ended up getting targeted in a situation that had nothing to do with him. They saying
Yeah.
I'm thinking that situation happened in Florida, where this content creator, this influencer, she ended up getting laid down behind some people arguing, and then some dudes got involved in everything. So with what he's saying with that situation, I do agree. Like the youth. Oh, before I say that, he said this Tulsa gang lost 3 members in a month. Like, you know, it sounds like, you know, it's getting real hectic. And honestly, at the end of the day, man, the streets ain't fair. So it might sound corny and cliche, but the outcome of death or jail is very prominent when you playing those type of games. And that's something you're gonna have to really realize unless you try to step down from it. Like, what y'all think about that?
So I think the YNs out west that he's referring to, their problem is they don't have the bigger homies to teach them how to be in the streets.
Yeah.
So they're just out here running wild. And they don't know how to. And I'm not even referring to structure. I'm just saying how to be in the streets. Like Take Capone is a great one with his storytelling, talking about Team 600, how his bigger homies would take him on drills and he had to stay back in the cut and just watch. This is how it's done. Now he says, I don't recommend that for the youth today, but that's the way that they used to do us. They taught us. He says, and now these young guys are just getting guns, which on the Memo 600 paperwork that just came out, where they had 22 guns that they confiscated out of 5 people that had purchased them from a guy out in Georgia, and 2 of the 5 were juveniles. One of them was tied up with the homicide with that gun, and the other one's tied up with a CTA shooting with that gun. And these were guns that they had less than a month when they got busted with them.
Damn.
They don't have nobody teaching them what to do. I don't know, is that a blessing or a curse? Because they're going to get taken off the streets faster. And they won't be able to kill people. Their best shot is to be locked up rather than ending up dead. But again, I was one of those parents. I went through my kids' rooms. I went through their stuff. They weren't fixing to have a gun up in the house. I found some brass knuckles one time. Almost used them on them. You know what I mean? Okay? Don't bring this stuff up in the house. That's all there is to it. So I'm not going to say it's the parents' fault, but there's a lot of parents aren't out there parenting.
Right. I get that part, what you said right there, because I say that a lot. You know what I mean? Because, you know, like you said, I ain't going to say it's their fault, but the responsibility to, you know, a repeat offender, then you're going to have to look upon yourself then. You didn't do your job right.
Like these kids, how, you know, just reading that paperwork, how were they coming up with $800 and $1,000 when they're supposed to still be in school to be able to purchase guns from a stranger in Georgia?
Not only that, with those type of crimes, they're going to be charged with adult crimes, not
Exactly.
This teenage thing ain't gonna happen for you just because you think that's what it is. Oh yeah, I'll be out because I'm a teenager. No, if it goes too far, we're gonna have a problem
with the structure. They used to do that with the structure. they'd say, oh, let's get the minors to do it because the cops would throw the charges out, because the judges would throw the charges out. They ain't doing that no more. They're charging 12, 13, 14-year-olds as adults now across the United States.
Low key, yeah.
And let me say again. You had mentioned, Loyalty, that they not listening to the OGs. And I mentioned this in one of my past videos, and I'm not here to support crime or nothing like that. But if you're gonna do it right. And the only way you're gonna know how to do it is from the past experience from the veterans in the game. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, if you don't want to listen to the veterans and you want to make up your own rules, you're gonna find out how you're failing. And then when you get locked up, you're gonna be like, damn, I should listen to my OGs.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's very unfortunate. I gotta agree with that. There's a certain way to we can't police what people gonna do. People gonna be in the street, but there is morals and methods of how they go about things to where, like they used to have rules, hey, no women, no children. Nowadays, it's pretty much the Wild West to where and everybody can get it.
Yeah.
And the problem is a lot of people that didn't sign up for that life is ended up getting in the crosshairs of things. So, it's real crazy. Wait, hold up. Hey, Micah, I can't stop what I'm doing just to acknowledge a message. You too, Splashy. So chill.
Oh, there they go. They ready, huh?
Yeah, you gonna read comments. Just in, whatever. All right, third stay. What's the word with it? Yeah, hey, y'all smash it that like if y'all haven't done so. Subscribe, all that stuff.
Let me get to it.
I think they not listening. And what else? D-Love says I can't listen to him. He's dramatic. Respectfully. She talking about Street News TV. All right, but hey, let's get back to this video though.
And I'll say this real quick before you start it back up. Mama Duck, Lashina, did another interview, and they asked her about when she tried to get Durk's father to sit down, get the boys to sit down at the table and squash their beef.
I seen that.
She didn't say on the interview, and I'm not going to repeat what I was told by her on the phone, but I'm going to just say it like this. If you saw the interview, you heard what she said, and I'm going to add to it and say this. We cannot control our adult children, but if we don't try to advise them in the right manner, then we failed as parents. And from what I understand, his daddy didn't even try to get him to go sit down at the table. And now look, everybody's either dead or locked up.
And I'm not gonna lie.
And a lot of these people that's co-conspirators that didn't get charged because they're deceased, things like that.
Yeah, I seen in the title where she was saying that Durk dad didn't want to, intervene in the street beef going on, and it's crazy.
He said that was between the boys.
That's wild. Like if you're an OG, I'm pretty sure Durk was trying to follow in the footsteps of his dad. So with you seeing all this stuff going on, you could say something like, I don't mean that they're gonna follow, but at least you did your part by putting it out there,
Right.
If he was going to say, stay out my business, he's going to say, stay out my business. But it's your job as a parent to still step up and say something to your child. No matter what the comeback is, no matter what they decide to do, it's your job to say, you really ought to consider squashing this.
And that's so true, Loyalty, because that man is probably of age to have that mature thought in his brain to handle that part. And if you don't want to do that and don't stand up for it, we see where you're coming from now. It's going to be a judgment call on whoever's down with you and who's not against you. You know what I'm saying? Because when it comes to this and us and the community, I'm on that peace drive. And I don't want to see, as I consider, my little cousins, my little nephews, go away. You know what I'm saying? We need them to be here in the community to learn more structure. Not only learn it, we need that we need we need those leaders now. And some of those leaders that's out there are hate to say it, are the gang members and the ones that's of age. If you're not gonna listen to them, you're gonna follow from what you think and what you know of your philosophy and state of mind and presence. And the ones that come up under you is gonna think the same thing. That's the problem.
Well, and in the end of the day, if the olders, adults give the advice, the younger ones choose not to take it. No matter what the outcome is, they can't blame anybody but themselves.
Right. Yeah.
Hey, well said. I'm not gonna lie. Like
Yeah.
I agree with a lot of that stuff, man. And it's very unfortunate. D Love says we got to just accept this here. They're not hearing us when we speak. And that's the problem about it. Like it do seem like it's kind of falling on deaf ears. And man, like one of my OGs told me, they was like, yeah, man, I've been your age before, you haven't been mine. And that's very powerful because a lot of these youngsters really think that they got everything planned out until shit just go left, man. So yeah.
Especially if you live that type of lifestyle, because if you knowing about the lifestyle, it's short. And why would you play that game if you know it's short? Don't play that game. It's like, let's take life as an investment. Investment and you take your money, you put it in here, and long-term type shit. Let's take it like that. Don't sit there and think, oh yeah, just because I'm this age and I don't give a F, that I don't need nothing to look forward to. Because you don't know how long you're going to be living. You don't even know if you're going to make it out of where you at. It's a gamble right there. You already thinking that you ain't going to make it. Don't do that. Get up out of that mindset. Stay positive. Look into different directions of how you can hustle money. You don't have to make hustle money off of the streets. There's a whole bunch of other ways you could do it now. This is different now for these young bucks, and they need to jump on it. They over here thinking about these streets and the women, the game, the attention, all that. You know what I'm saying? They like it because they're young, but when you grow out of that shit, and if you stay old doing that shit, I can't condone none of that. I can't.
If they make it to old age.
I mean, I'm shit. I done told people that said something negative about me. Oh yeah, shut up. You just an old ass. I'm like, yeah, but you know what? And I always say this, and this is what they always hear. You want to make it to my age. Oh, yeah, I always say that. I say, yeah, but you ain't made it yet. You feel me? I done been here for half a century or more. You know what I'm saying? So I did my job. I did mine. You know what I'm saying? I'm here to provide that information to these young bucks that, not the way to go. Stop thinking like that. It's another way to do it. You can make it. You don't even need your homeboys to make it. You can make it on your own. You feel me?
No lie. Hey, Brian said, everyone got a plan until they get punched in their face, and most black boys got 100 fists coming at them. Yeah, man. Hey, let's continue because I don't even think you got to the Durk part yet. But yeah, let's go.
Oh, we got some dirt.
Come on now, keep it funky. At the age of 15,
Let's go.
16 in Chicago, you grown in the streets.
Huh.
So y'all are out here causing
That's
death.
true.
I'm not wishing nothing. I'm just simply stating facts. When they smoke you, I'm gonna do a Chirac Street Legends on you. But I ain't gonna do it before that because you chasing clout. You chasing the Chirac Street Legends anyway. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't gonna hit the same. See, I don't feel sorry for y'all. Y'all not no victims. Y'all not victims. Just like I wasn't a victim. You know why? Because at the end of the day, y'all make conscious decisions to go out here every day and kill, knowing the shit wrong. Now over here, you want to be a victim? Oh, you wishing death upon a little boy. All of y'all need to be put somewhere, to be honest with y'all.
Right.
Straight up. Y'all ain't nothing but death and destruction, gang. That's all that y'all are. And a lot of y'all ain't cut out for this shit. And it shows. Real talk. Rest in peace to them, and rest in peace to all of the fallen soldiers, man. In other news, Lil Durk, the Lil Durk Fried series is back. So more paperwork came out about Durk, and it's not looking good either. Okay, so allegedly, the two killers that killed Stephen Mack, Marley and AJ, have both pleaded guilty and admitted that they were being paid to kill Stephen Mack. There was also paperwork came out verifying that THF Bezu was co-conspirator number 6 in that he had conversations with Durk about certain people in the organization snitching or quote unquote seeming to be ready to snitch.
Oh.
Now, I got a couple things wrong with that. If Lil Durk was the gangster that he portrays and everybody portrays him and puts him out to be, there is no way that he lets all of these loose ends just go. That Stephen Mack hit was sloppy. It was horrible. They were going to get caught anyway. Niggas left evidence. One of the niggas left their phone in the car on the scene. They ran all type of shit. They was really some motherfuckers just out here trying to get paid for real. They wasn't no killers. They scared themselves. They supposed to have been exterminated, if we just being honest, for that sloppy ass hit.
Yo.
Yeah.
Now the footage that he's
Can I say
talking
something
about.
first?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
He needs to put some respect on the deceased name and get it correct. It's Stefan Mack. Not Stephen.
Right.
I'm just saying. Mr. Chicago, who's been living in Alabama for 20 years, can't get the Chicago guy's name straight. I'm sorry. I'll be quiet.
Oh, okay.
Pow,
Let's go.
Pow, pow.
Yeah.
Yo. Well,
Yeah.
Hey, the footage of what he's talking about, if I'm not mistaken, didn't you break that on the internet, Loyalty?
I'm the only one that purchased that footage, and I put it out there, and everybody stole it.
Yeah. That's what I'm
and
saying.
everybody got the views for it.
Ooh.
Yeah, and the crazy part about it, you
DJ
see
Academic.
Betrayal all on the cover of the video, but people just, I guess they just go blank in their mind because I seen Trap Lord Ross react to that. I seen DJ Academics react to that, but I don't think anybody really gave you your credit.
Trap
Really
Lord Ross did give me my flowers, but he's the only one, him and AK-47.
But not DJ AK. Academics.
DJ Academics actually deleted my comment when I said something about it.
Oh my God.
Wow.
So when I say
that game that people be playing.
When I say paid for it, I paid $140 and $170. And I had people that helped donated on the $170 one. But for somebody who was only getting $125 a month off of YouTube, that's a lot of YouTube money. You know, you're talking 3 months of YouTube money that I put in that I didn't get back, and they got it because they got, like DJ Academics got over 100,000 views on it.
Wow. Wow. And your name speaks for itself. Your name. Wait.
Loyalty and betrayal.
If he got that from you, and he didn't acknowledge that, look at your
Got my
name.
watermark all over it. It's got my watermark all over it.
Hey, you know what? I get it on that part, loyalty. It's cool. Let it ride. You know what I'm saying? Just because these bigger guys think they bigger than, than a little man. But if you go get it from the little man, get that credit. You have to. I give credit to the big man when I do mine. You know what I'm saying? So why not? But this whole situation is.
I was doing it correct enough that the feds came and took my channel and I had to start all over again.
Oh, this ain't the same one?
I started this one April the 9th because my original one that I had for 8 years, they come and they put it on ice. It's not deleted. It's on ice.
Okay. Oh, okay. Got you.
I'm expecting after the trial, they'll give it back.
Right. Okay. Hey, stay doing your thing, girl. Don't let them stop you. Don't let them stop you. Pursue and stay consistent.
I thought old boy had something to do with that,
Oh, he's trying to claim he did. He's trying to claim he did. And he says he's going to take this one too. But if he would have taken it for anything that he could have taken it for, it would be deleted. It's not deleted.
Okay. Y'all talking something that I don't know about. You say, oh boy, I ain't going to say no because I still got questions, but I'm going to stop right there.
A confidential informant for the federal government that's a YouTuber. It was what were they called? Cooperator number one in the O Block trial. Cooperator number one in the O Block trial.
Oh, okay. I got it now. You ain't got to say nothing else.
Hey man, I'm gonna take that bitch's channel again. I can't wait till she's gone so I can smoke her.
Oh my God, Hey, don't say nothing else. I know who you're talking about. We good.
Shit,
yeah. I'm gonna get it all back, D-Love. But yeah, like I said, the young guy's name was Stefan Mack, and he was ran down. And what people don't speak on is that second footage that I purchased actually shows other members coming to the crime scene before the cops got there. Nobody speaks on it because they were just worried about the part of with AJ and Marley. Well, what about the other guys that showed up to the crime scene? The fourth guy that came with his gun and went down there as well to the victim. Did he let off any rounds? Yeah.
So wait. You trying to say that footage was scrubbed?
No. It's just that when I purchased it the first time, they gave me so many minutes. When I purchased it the second time, it was supposed to be audio from court. And it wasn't. It was the same footage, but it was longer this time. And I was upset. And I had them on the phone trying to find out why they sent me the same footage that I paid more money for, whatever. But I was letting it play while I was on the phone with Pacer. And then all of a sudden I saw two people walk up on the footage that we had never seen before that are mentioned in the Stefan Mack case paperwork. And they are mentioned in, it was mentioned where they mentioned Durk's AHA video.
Yeah,
they're mentioned in that part, and they're also mentioned in some text messages. And for the county,
and
they showed up at the crime scene. They showed up at the crime scene. And I'll tell you the rest of the story after he finishes playing this video. Because I'm gonna correct something else he says.
All right, because I got more questions.
And
Let's
this is
go.
all crazy. For those that seen the footage, you telling me that old boy hopped out of his car and literally chased the dude down with a rifle?
Yes, with the AK,
That's
whatever you call them.
What?
yeah, that's crazy. Because when old boy
Oh,
when Mack
wow.
saw what was happening, he already took off, and it looked like he had like a nice distance to where the dude was. It looked like he had some time to like to catch up to him. So I'm really surprised that he actually got up with him, even though that he had all that distance and everything, because it looked like Mack was already out of the scene. But yeah, that's very unfortunate, man. That's crazy, man.
Oh,
Yeah, Lil Durk about to be
whoa.
cooked. I'm not gonna lie.
It sounds like it.
When it was coming out that y'all had members that were inside of the organization who people knew or seen had potential to snitch, all of those loose ends have supposed to got tied. And y'all know what I mean when I say those loose ends supposed to have got tied. See, that's how the Italians do it. And that's how the Yakuza do it. And that's how the goddamn the presidents do it. You know what I'm saying? The real gangsters do it. They tie
I
loose ends.
almost said something.
And Durk had too many loose ends to count. And if he was the gangster that everybody think, and like I said, say he is, he would have tied those loose ends up, because now look what you have. So, in my opinion, Durk ain't no gangster like that. We need to stop trying to make him out to be this big monster who did this and did that. Yeah, he may have sent hits, but he wasn't no gangster, because if he was, Durk would have been out here doing way more than what he was doing.
Yeah, because
he had so many loose ends on his team that this is what's ultimately going to bury him. And I hate to say it, but
he's too young.
But I don't condone what Durk was doing either. I'm just saying, if we're looking at it from a street standpoint, Durk had too many loose ends that he didn't tie up, which tells me that Durk didn't want to take these people out for whatever reason. Which tells me that Durk is not the gangster that he's portrayed to be. You know? Because the name of the game is don't go to jail. When it's all said and done, the name of the game is don't get caught.
There's the part.
Y'all know what I like to say. Never put too much trust in friends. Learn how to use enemies and try not to get slimed out. It's your boy SNTV. I'm out.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Yeah. Now, first off, isn't that what City Nash got in trouble for saying on his channel about cooperator number 1 during the O-Block trial?
I was about to say, that sounds very familiar.
That marshals pulled him in because of that.
Whoa. Is that right?
Allegedly, that's what he says. Made him delete it off his channel.
Why? Just because of the information that he has, or for the internet?
No, because he told him, he made the comment that he didn't see how cooperator number 1 was still walking around freely in the streets.
Oh.
Which is the same as tying up loose ends.
Right. Huh. Oh.
It's crazy that SNTV said that, you know, Durk isn't this mastermind, but I don't know if this is internet he say, she say, but it seemed like he's implicated in a whole lot of stuff that's been going on. So it's like, it's no way that you can say that you have no type of involvement in that, you know, from the cat. Like the thing that really fucking blows my mind is all the lyrics that's put in these songs, and you can pinpoint them to specific crimes. And then when they start doing their research and pulling up text messages and phone calls and figuring out certain locations, the same way that they looked at the FBG Duck situation, they followed these niggas from the fucking projects all the way down to the Gold Coast, step by step, street by street, time stamp on top of time stamp. So yeah, I think it's kind of crazy.
Yes.
I don't know for well, D-Love said there's some feedback. I wasn't there, but a lot of this stuff is kind of adding up to where somebody can point of, like, if I could put these things together, imagine the FBI and like people like fucking Loyalty and Betrayal that's really in tune
Right.
what's going on. They can put that shit together like it ain't nothing.
Okay. He said they needed to be tying up loose ends, right?
Yeah.
Look at the bottom of your screen. Prove that.
Yeah.
Wait.
I just see the bottom of the screen with the copyright.
Okay. Hold on.
We tying up loose ends. Oh, what's going on? What? What's
Not
this?
that one. Fine.
I got a screenshot that
Yeah.
I'm trying to add to this. Hey, do y'all see the screenshot?
No,
I
not
see
yet.
it.
You
I
see it
current.
backstage. That's why.
Okay,
There you
there
go.
we go.
Oh, what you talking about?
Is that not tying up a loose end?
You talking about the copywriting shit at the bottom running?
No.
No.
You see the picture, bro?
I seen that picture right there. You just plopped up. Yeah. Oh.
Man,
You think he's not tying up loose ends?
that's what I'm saying, man. Like, come on now. Like,
Now,
Mm.
can you
wow.
show you who that is?
yeah, who is that?
Give me that. Give me that right now. I need it. I need that. Who that?
All right, hold on. Let me go get it.
Let me get that.
Let me go get it.
Now, yo, this is a kid to me.
No, he's not a kid.
Yeah,
Let me be quiet. Go ahead.
That's still a kid. I'm talking about Durk. He always gonna be a kid to me. I'm of age.
Oh, okay. So you're talking about Durk. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
Now,
I'll show you whenever you're ready.
Oh, let's get it. Let's get that.
All right, you got it up there?
Yeah.
That's this person right here. Let me see. Let me see. This is one of my. I just grabbed one of the videos because I don't know which one I grabbed here. But that's him right here. And there's another person right here. The one shooter already took off this way after Stefan Mack, and the other one already took off that way around the corner. Okay?
Yeah.
Let me see if I get a close.
Ooh, wait.
All right.
Girl, you cold.
Like, we getting an exclusive.
Go ahead. Let me find a better one so you can see his face.
For sure.
Ooh, wee. Oh,
Yeah,
my God.
Some cold work.
Yeah. Loyalty and Betrayal, everybody out there, go subscribe, tap in, you know what I mean? Share, like, and subscribe with her. Get with her. She a cold one on it when it comes to that investigation shit. Oh, my God. You showing me shit I ain't seen. Like, I love it. I love it.
All right, y'all gonna get lucky with this one because it ain't got no watermark on it, so you're getting a freebie here. I can't find my watermark one.
Oh, let's see this.
All right,
Let me see
this is him right here. He's gonna walk. What he's gonna do is he's gonna come walking up, and he's gonna come over here. He's on his cell phone. He pulls his mask down. See him?
Uh-oh.
He's FaceTiming. He's FaceTiming with the shooter.
Shit.
With one of the shooters. But the thing is, they left one of the phones in the car, so he's with the other one. Now he's gonna walk back, and then you see this other guy come over here. He reaches down in the car, he grabs something. He's gonna come around, and when he gets about right here, you're gonna see him pull his gun out and stretch his arms out. All right. Don't nobody talk about that, do they?
Oh shit.
Hell no.
Now you want me to tell you who that is?
Yeah,
The
who is
first
that?
one that you
Let's
saw
go.
come walk around on the phone, that's the leader of Mike City that got shot up the week before FBG Cash got killed. That's him laying in that hospital bed. He's paralyzed now.
Oh shit.
The other one that came around and dipped in the car and then took off that way towards Stefan, Mack, and AJ, that's little Fred. He's locked up right now on a murder charge for another case.
Mm-hmm.
You think he ain't talking?
Oh.
I was just about to ask you that.
Oh.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, these people ain't gonna do no time for somebody that they think they're gonna do.
See, they just want everybody ran with that first footage. They didn't stick around for the second. Because that leads you to questions like, why didn't the feds charge those two guys? They brought them up in the paperwork.
Huh?
They
Wait a
brought them
minute,
up
wait a minute.
like, go ahead.
Did you just say that they wasn't charged?
No, sir, they were not charged.
Holy shit. And this has, I ain't gonna say it has, but it's probably a possibility of the investigation.
What do you mean?
If
Were they questioned behind the scenes or something? I'm sure they were.
why they ain't
And I'm
charged?
sure that's
though?
why. Well, why don't you get charged?
Yeah, thank you.
Bingo. Bingo.
Thank you. Thank you. You know what it is. I ain't gotta say nothing else.
See that guy right there? That's the one that came walking up on that footage talking on the phone. He's in the AHA video.
Holy shit.
And it tells you right here, it says, Mike City BD territories where Preston Powell was living at. Up here, it talks about, according to the confidential human source number 1, the leader of Mike City, which is, I know who it is apparently, circled in red below, has ties to Lil Durk and has been in rap videos with Lil Durk, circled in the red. Now, their picture that they put up there, they had his face redacted. I went and I got this from the video. And then, let's see, where it's at. I haven't looked at this stuff in a while because this is old, but anyway, they show a screenshot of a post that the leader of Mike City made, making fun of himself because he said his head was up there hitting the ceiling. This is where AJ's running. He goes up here and he takes a left and he throws the gun off on an abandoned house over here. There's Marley. You can see AJ right there.
Like,
They left. You see how he left his phone in the car, and Preston Powell left his cup, and they got the fingerprints and everything off there. But yeah, you can see that's him right there. Now the thing is,
oh shit!
since they keep arguing their case, we're never going to find out who everybody is, because just in this one document that's 42 pages, they had 5 phones. Okay, then they had individual A, B, C, D, E, F, G, all the way to individual X, from A to X.
Wow.
We're never going to find out for sure who all these people were because they plea bargained it. But if you do your investigation properly, you know who it is.
They didn't have enough time to ping that shit. That's probably what it was. But
now
they already, they got enough.
As far as the new information that he was speaking on, in my opinion, he left out the most important stuff. Let me see here. All right, there you go. This is the newest paperwork that just dropped. Okay. Now, it says right here, they collected 59 digital devices and accounts. 38 of those was after they arrested the OTF guys. They said that they got them for witness intimidation. Let's see. Where's footnote 7? Okay, it's 1. All the people that are speaking on this, they're skipping this part. And I don't know why
Right.
they're skipping this part. But look, right here it says,
Hmm.
in February 2025, the government sought and obtained rollback warrants to search for enterprise evidence dating back to 2019 from iCloud accounts belonging to co-conspirator number 3 and 4. Then it says in September of 25, they obtained search warrants for social media accounts belonging to Durk Banks that he had his 2 contraband devices that he had since he's been locked up at the MCC. They got that stuff. They got 4.5 terabytes of digital evidence and 59 devices and accounts.
Damn.
Now, the part that everybody was all excited about was the text messages. Now, right here, I rewrote it because it's so small, but this is from Bezu to this is a group text, okay? A group chat.
Okay.
And he liked somebody's comment that said, who asked us what's to us? Little dude, little brother, that's actually Durk. And he's asking, are they talking about the police? Bezu said yes. 30 said ATF. Durk come back and he tells everybody, delete this thread and start a new one. Bezu comes back and says, when y'all delete, click on that edit sign and clear all deleted too. It's the new update, so it won't stay in the iCloud. And then he leaves him a voice note to everybody. So it's more than just AJ and Marley, but AJ and Marley did swear under oath. Let's see where it says. They swore under oath that Durk hired them. Here we go. Anthony Montgomery Wilson is AJ. He pled guilty in Illinois to the use of a firearm during and in retaliation to a crime of violence, murder for hire, in murdering Stefan Mack as consideration for the promise and agreement to pay a sum of money from individual C, which is Durk.
Oh my God.
Later, between AJ and Marley, they were texting each other about collecting that money that had been offered as consideration for Stefan Mack's murder. And he admits that he actually got paid for it. AJ got paid, but not Marley.
Oh! He's what you call a confidential informant.
Well, no, it's not even confidential because everybody knows.
You said he was just paid for it.
He was paid by Durk to commit the murder.
Okay, that part. But this looked like, and what it sounds like, is snitching. That's paperwork.
I would say, yeah, but I mean, part of his plea deal, instead of getting life, he got like 35 or 40 years, was to admit what he did wrong. And he had to admit to all 35 to 40.
And
for committing a murder to hire, homicide. And
that sounds like a mission.
He had to admit to the whole kit and caboodle. Yes, I did it. I got this gun. This is where I got the gun. This is how we did it. We went out there. We sat there. We waited. When he come out, I chased him down. Then 2.5 to 3 weeks later, Durk came to town to do the $1 million worth of game interview, and that's where I collected my portion of for what I did, that type of thing.
Okay.
Hey, question. So when he had all that money on that table, a lot of people were speculating that that was money that he was paying his homeboys for whatever services that he asked of them.
Yes, it was. He had $1 million there, but
Hmm.
AJ told a couple different stories. He said he got 20,000. He said he got 30,000. He said he was promised 50,000. He said he was promised 75,000. Different things like that. So that's been throughout all different paperwork, through the last couple of years, because it's been going on for 3 years now.
Yeah.
Right. But I don't mean to interrupt nobody. Loyalty and Betrayal. I know you have been like following this for quite some time, and I need to hear from you the whole reason why Lil Durk was arrested.
The original reason was conspiracy.
What was it? Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
Conspiracy to commit murder for hire.
Right.
That was the original charge. It's added on since then.
Okay.
Now it's a VICAR.
What is it?
A VICAR is over RICOs. It's where a bunch of different RICOs took place, and a VICAR is the head guy, like A, B, C, and D. Those can all be considered different RICOs, but they all play up underneath the same head guy. So now we're changing it over to a VICAR.
So which means it makes Lil Durk the head guy, right?
Exactly.
Okay. Now, why did they come after him?
His ego overtook him on the internet, I think.
Oh, God damn. Ooh.
He got a little cocky. They weren't hiding anything.
Yo, you did. Oh, I love the way you said that, because I did mention John Gotti earlier. And John Gotti had an ego about himself, about him being the one that, yeah, I'm out here like that. I want to be Al Capone in the 30s.
If you watch that DJ Academics interview he did with Durk, when he said, I don't see those comments for Slide for Vaughn anymore, he goes, I don't know, it must be something in the water. He got cocky. And I don't know if he's still using drugs or what, but to me, he just got that mentality like he didn't care whether or not he was going to get locked up.
And when you say that, do you think that it started from there?
Hey, D-Love said his feedback.
I'm talking about. Hold up.
I don't. This is just my personal opinion. I don't think people do anything on drugs that they don't know already have in them. They just don't have the guts to do it.
Yeah, it just amplify the feelings that
it gives them, like they say, it gives them the guts to actually stand up and do what they wanted to do anyway.
Yeah.
Speaking out of stupidity, because there's some things that you ain't supposed to say. You gotta shut up no matter what.
Yeah, I think that we hear him say in like, where are you going to be at in 10 years? I see myself in the feds, all that stuff. Everybody took it as him being sarcastic, but I truly believe that he didn't care. He was still going to do what he wanted to do, even if it meant ending up in the feds. Because I believe that he feels like he thinks his daddy was sitting on a throne in the prison, and so he feels like he's going to be sitting up on a throne in the prison.
Good luck.
I think that like you said, ego, and I think he was possibly egotistical to think that, you know what, I'm gonna outsmart them. I got enough money to go to war with anybody, even if it's the feds, whoever it is. and
You'll
that's
never have enough.
the biggest mistakes to ever make.
That was the other half of it. Yes. I think that he figured I can probably beat this, and if I don't care.
That's crazy.
Okay, loyalty and betrayal. Hold up. Let's go to this. That shit that happened with we was talking about earlier, me and you, Classic. We was talking about little dude from the South. The crib from Rolling 60s.
Quando Rondo.
Quando Rondo. What about that right there? Does that tie into the case of that situation?
That is the case. That's the California case.
Thank you. That's what I meant. That's what I meant. That case right there is what jumped off because they was probably already looking into him.
They're not charging him. They're not charging him in the Chicago case. They're not charging him in the other two out in Georgia. They're just charging him in the one in California. But they're bringing up those other three cases to show the history of his criminality.
Whoa!
I'm not gonna lie. It seemed like he's cooked. And one thing that kind of threw me off is crazy that no matter how smart these people think that they are, Bezu was actually saying, "Hey, clear out the chat. It's going to be erased." Once all this stuff goes up there, they're making their own copies. You think that it's going to be deleted, but it's not being deleted. So, honestly, you got to take that stuff to the gangster age back in the day where you go meet the person in person, and if y'all standing outside, you covering your mouth so they can't read lips. So it's way more complex and complicated than what these people are trying to think that they can get away with, and it just really shocks and blows my fucking mind. Like the audacity that these people think they can get away. Like, I'll be too spooked.
You remember before there was a Google?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they don't. And in their mind, there's just too much going on the internet. They can't keep up with the feds can't keep up with everything. They don't have to. That stuff's never deleted completely.
You're right. They don't have to because they're going to find it later. Because it's on the internet. And there's somebody on there that's got this. They're like, hey, we're going to look. I was just saying, something happened on video with somebody, with a past episode of Me and You Classic. And I was like, yo, they don't even need him to testify because they got the video. You know what I mean? If they want to press charges, they could do that without him. I know that in LA.
Let's think about it like this, since there's two men on the panel here.
Let's go.
If females could find out everything a man did wrong against them without using the internet, what do you think the feds can do with the internet? Okay.
Oh, that is beautiful to say. I like how you said that. That is so wow. Yo, think about it. You know, I'm real cool about what I see on the internet.
I'm just saying.
Nothing wild.
I remember when emails first came out and people would delete their email, but they never took out the trash.
Right. Right. All of it. It can be used against you in a court of law.
Just because it says it's going to be deleted automatically in 30 days. If you don't want somebody to find it, you better be taking that trash out yourself.
You better take that shit out. You better, because I don't even do that. Every now and then I go in there and be like, okay, I got too many fucking emails. Let me get all that shit out and individually delete that shit. You know what I'm saying?
That was back in what, the 80s and 90s? Imagine the length of their arms and what they can do now that we don't even know about.
The cloud.
It's crazy. That's
the cloud.
I'll be scared to do something. They got so much footage and technology to where we're almost in a Minority Report where they can down there predict what you're about to do and you get charged for that shit.
You said that. You know about the company.
Hey, man. Yeah, man.
Hey, back about, I don't know, 30, 40 years ago, there's a report that I found one time on the internet that they did on the Chicago guys in the streets back when Happy and all them were still alive, way back then. Okay. Late 90s, early 2000s. And it was a prediction. And everybody got upset because it was a prediction where they took so many guys that had already been in trouble as juveniles, and they did a prediction of what was going to happen to them in the next 5, 10, 20 years, whatever. And that thing is so accurate. It's scary. This one's going to be dead. This one's going to be locked up. And they didn't know it yet, but it was still a form of an algorithm.
Oh, wow.
Because the way you're living right now, you're going to keep living that way unless something changes in your life to make you change.
Whoa, that's deep. You said an algorithm.
And let's be real.
God damn.
Let's be real. Even if you delete everything off the internet, the way that they got AI is old compared to the new improved stuff that they got going on. They can manufacture something if they needed to.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Hell yeah. They got enough footage on all Americans, from footage, from Facebook, the face recognition, all that, to make it seem like you did a crime. You didn't do nothing.
Exactly. You could have stayed in your house the whole time, but they got you on footage downtown robbing the bank.
Man, talk about it. Let's get to some of these comments. We got 33rd State said there was enough rats back then, so there's many rats now because of the internet. It's ridiculous. D Love said shaking my head. She also said I love Miss Chloe. Flashy said that he's bored and shit, go to sleep, bro. D Love, yep, classic music. 33rd said cook like Popeye's Cajun fish sandwich. D Love, there's no charging him yet, in my opinion. Snipes said, what's the word, Snipes? I think the FBG duck case was the one. Once they got the FBI involved, it was only a matter of time. I think he's saying like what kind of ticked everything off. And
right, that part.
Yeah, that was like I think a major contributor to where they really started gathering more evidence together for like the RICO and everything. So yeah.
The start was the Quando Rondo.
Yeah. D-Love said, yep, but arrogance makes them speak. And yeah, man, that shit is crazy.
And like the comment about there was enough rats back then. There's so many rats now because of the internet, but also because social media has made rats equal to getting clout. Now, I'm one that if you are a civilian, it's your job to tell what you saw. If you are in the streets, that's a different story.
Right.
You signed up for this. This is your laws, your rules. You're supposed to follow them. And I'm one that I believe that.
And that's so true.
You don't get yourself out of trouble by telling on somebody else just to get yourself out of trouble.
No.
That's real talk, though.
Oh. Hey, you know what? She said it. Civilians. You know what I'm saying? If you're a civilian, hell yeah. If the cops come at you and say and ask you what you seen, if you witness anything, speak on it because you're a civilian. Now, if you come from the streets, you already know what it is. The cops gonna look at you because they're gonna be mad because they gotta ask you the question and they know exactly what you're about to say. Did you see anything? Nah.
Or what you're supposed to say.
I don't know what.
That's not always the same story. What you're supposed to say and what you're gonna say depends on who that street person is and how scary they are. I mean, I was arrested before, and the first thing they said to me was, well, if you tell us this, that, and the third, then we can make these charges go away. My problem was I was already educated too much to know that you don't have the power to make any charges go away. You're just an arresting officer, and you've already got me down here in the station, so you can't make anything go away. But secondly, there was nobody to tell on because I was, it was me, and that was that. But the thing is that especially when you involve narcotics or even alcoholics, somebody that can't go 24 hours without their fix, they don't want to get locked up. And that is the awfulest feeling, to be sitting there in that holding tank and have somebody come in detoxing. You want to go over there and just knock them out. Because they're jonesing so bad, they're getting on your nerves now. And if they've been locked up before, they know what to expect. So they'll start speaking because they don't want to go through all that withdrawal again.
There you go. There it is.
Yeah. Hey, Snipe said that shit happened in downtown Chicago where the money at. They not going for that. Oh, hell no. Yeah, once you start messing up them people money and shit like that, they'll make sure they prioritize and get you out there.
Oh, hell yeah. If they know it's you, hell yeah. That's why you don't snitch.
Man.
You don't want them niggas coming after you.
I just looked at the clock. I got to be at work in 5 hours. So let me get out of here. But I appreciate you having me on.
I was about to wrap it up in a minute, but I appreciate you pulling up.
Definitely.
I'm definitely going to have your information in the video when I make a clip out of everything. I appreciate the jewels that you drop in all the time. And man, if you need me on your platform or if I need you back up here, I'll reach out to you and see what's going on with everything. But I really appreciate you, loyalty, for sure.
Hey, same thing Klasic. Same thing Klasic said. If you need me on there, we can get down Dougie with it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
all right, I appreciate y'all. I just now looked at the clock and I was like, damn, 5 o'clock's gonna come early.
All right, my bad.
Y'all take care. Y'all be safe.
All right,
don't make me make a video about you.
All right,
for sure. Hell yeah, man. See, loyalty, Betrayal be dropping them gems, especially when it comes to what's going on in the Chicago scene. This Lil Durk situation is looking very shady and very dark for him.
Right.
No matter how much money that you have, you don't have enough to keep these people mouths shut to where they're going to want to do the rest of their life in jail over some decisions that you're making. You know what I'm saying? Like, you might be a leader on the streets, but you're not a leader once you get locked up. You're just another number like all these other people.
That makes a point, you saying him being a leader. Because in his community, he's a leader, right? If you lead them in the wrong direction, still playing the game while you trying to be legit in the music industry, I think you're leading them the wrong way because that's going to affect you in the long run. This is why you're arrested now from the dumb decisions that and choices that you made in life. Yeah, let's go do this. Dude, let me tell you, he ain't getting out. I'm gonna say this now. He not getting out. People, don't look forward to Lil Durk getting out. He's not getting out because this is the feds. And the feds has a percentage rate of conviction that's very convicting to the opposition. They ain't making it out. You got to have a super lawyer, not only a super lawyer, hell, you better have a goddamn super alibi to get the fuck out of what's going on. We just heard Loyalty and Betrayal speak on why he's locked up. And I had to mention, like, hey, what's your perspective on why he's locked up right now? It comes out to it that it's the Quando Rondo that led the feds to arrest him. And then from that lead, they followed up on the rest of the information that we just heard through this podcast. And there was more information from not just this, which makes it far more worse for him to get out of this. He's not getting out, people. If there's some Lil Durk fans out there that think that Lil Durk's about to get out, I'm gonna tell you right now, dude, he's not getting out. This is the feds. The feds don't play. There is a 90% conviction rate. And with that, with him being one of the opponents of that, he's going down. He's got to sit down. If he pleads not guilty, he's going to get more. He's going to get more.
Cold game.
It plain and simple. Play your game how you want to play it. But you know what? The feds ain't doing nothing but cutting the head off the snake. You know what I'm saying? He's the head. He's the snake. The feds gonna cut his head off, and then there's nothing else to do. There's no more money run, no supply. They go. The feds cutting all of that out. He gonna be broke.
Hey,
he gonna be
question. You made a statement earlier, and you were
Right.
saying that that you look at him as a kid and stuff. But if you make the conscious decision of, and I'm just speaking just in general,
Go.
if you make the conscious decision of taking somebody's life or getting multiple people up out of here, do you still consider them a child?
No matter what age they are, no. He's in his 20s. He made that decision in his 20s. He ain't made it to the rest of the years. That goes to show you the ego of this guy. You know what I'm saying? Oh, this is my type of ego. Keep it. You think they're not following up on that, bro? This is Chicago that they following. Chicago, when it comes to federal or feds, they on the job. Donald Trump is enforcing that. You know what I'm saying? They too stupid to realize that they under investigation by the goddamn president. Okay? Okay, hey, you want to be dumb? Be dumb. You don't want to listen to your OGs? Do it. This is what's gonna happen to you. You stupid young bugs. Don't listen to nothing we gotta say. We ain't gonna tell you nothing. Now, since you think you know everything, this is a prime example of that. This man is in his 20s, and he think he's mafioso like John Gotti in his 20s. Like I said, it was somebody else that was thinking like that. Fucking Young Thug. He got locked up. He was like, fuck all this. I'm going to do 19 years probation. Let me out. He got to deal with that now. He got to be clean. He got to follow up through probationary every year for 19 years. Not saying he ain't doing that. He can't hang around gang members. He can't hang around nobody that's affiliated like that. He ain't gonna do that. He gonna be influenced. Hey, I got this, hit it. You know what I'm saying? This is gonna be one of them. 5 years from now. Young Thug, bye. He gone. He ain't gonna make it. I'm telling y'all now, right now. Young Thug ain't gonna make it. Now, when it comes to Lil Durk, he gone. They're building a case upon him from what happened in LA with Quando Rondo. And I don't want to mention no gang names, but there were some LA gangs that was responsible for that. of that clique of LA gangs. And it happened to pertain to a big name, maybe homies of a big name in the podcast world. You know what I'm saying? Let's go like that. It looks dirty. It looks like the feds is on their job because they building the case from what he did in LA and going further. Now, when they go further, you already got built from the case from LA. But now they want to go further into everything else. And before your trial comes up, they're going to bring up more evidence besides this. You're cooked. You're not getting out. Anybody that think Lil Durk's getting out, you're a fool. Yeah. I'm going to tell you this now because this is the feds. This ain't got nothing to do with his state or our state. You know what I'm saying? This is different. And he going to have to sit down. And if he do sit down, no matter how long it could be 5 to 6 years now if they sentence him. But I don't think that's the case. But let's just say it was 5 to 6 years from now that they sent him down. By the time he get out, everybody forgot about Lil Durk. Everybody forgot about Bobby Smurder. How many? 6 years for Bobby Smurder? Same thing. It's not going down.
And it's crazy. Durk had his run. He's like 33, 34 right now. I think a lot of this stuff happened like around, like you said, like in his 20s, like probably 27, 28-ish or something. So, it's unfortunate that he chose this route. I agree with loyalty, man. I think arrogance really played to, like, it's crazy how money can get to you to where you think that you can literally play God. Like, you can take people's lives, you can help people change it by giving them money, you can get people out of here, but then pay off lawyers or judges. Like, it's crazy what the mind will make people believe. And basically, I think he's a victim of his own circumstance. He put himself in this situation.
Right.
Honestly, social media kind of played a part too, but that wasn't the sole reason. Like, the internet can say whatever they want to say, but it's up to you to make that decision if you want to follow through and do whatever you got to do. So it's just very unfortunate that Lil Durk is in the situation and you trusting all these people that was behind you. It showed that they don't have your back. So, yeah, man. Lil Durk is cooked. This dude is cooked. There's no way he's getting away from this. And it's all bad. You feel me? So I'm waiting till OG Corn Dog get back and we're gonna wrap this motherfucker up, man. You know what I'm saying? And it was a dope show tonight. Appreciate Loyalty and Betrayal for pulling up as always.
For sure.
Appreciate D Love. Appreciate 33rd State. Appreciate Brian. Appreciate Grandpa. All of Nights in the building.
Splashy Micah
coming through. Oh yeah, them too, I guess. But all of them. Appreciate everybody that pull up and support. And we do this every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. You feel me? 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And yeah, man, we're gonna have some more guests pulling up. And y'all just need to stay tuned, man. So shit, on that note, we're gonna be out. Peace.
Yo, you now rocking with classic music. Now what I want you to do is hit that like, subscribe, and comment on this video. Yeah, let's get it.